Lemonade Latino tiene solo tus mejores gustos. En internet desde Shreveport.
Hola, 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 mi gente hermosa, preciosa, chula, bonita, cositas caídas del cielo que nos escuchan a través de 318 Latino. Nuevamente aquí su amigo, su servidor, su compadrito Brian García, acompañándolos desde el downtown de Shreveport con una nueva entrevista en este segmento With the Community, con la comunidad a través de 318 Latino. El día de hoy tenemos a nuestro amigo Carlos. Ayúdame.
Una vez Leguizamo.
Como
el actor.
Como el actor.
Como si lo conocen la gente, pero es algo muy
Carlos.
orgullo latino, pero él es colombiano, puertorriqueño, yo soy mexicano.
Ok. Carlos Leguizamo.
Yeah.
Mexicano, mitad mexicano.
Mexicano, pero mi gente en México está mezclado.
Ok.
La sangre está mezclada, muy mezclada.
Excelente. Pues mira, Carlos, el día de hoy vamos a hablar acerca de algo interesante, importante y necesario de hablar para el avance de la comunidad, el avance de la población. Vamos a hablar acerca de la mercadotecnia. We're going to talk a good bit about marketing. And we're also going to promote a little bit about what you do, because you're very deep into what it's like to make a business successful.
Yes.
You have a very big part in helping people do that. So, vamos a hablar acerca de la mercadotecnia el día de hoy. Aquí Carlos tiene una compañía que se llama Oro Digital.
Sí, señor.
Ahí para los que nos están viendo pueden verlo en su gorro, en la camisa. Ya sabe que es marketing, hasta trae el logo puesto el mismo.
Siempre.
Y Carlos, antes de iniciar, me gustaría platicar un poquito acerca de ti. Dinos de dónde vienes, cuéntanos cómo creciste, cómo llegaste a Tyler y cómo empezaste Oro Digital.
Bueno, a decir mi edad es un secreto, pero yo I'm an 80s baby. Nací en el 86, 7 de julio. I'm a Cancer. Shout out to all my Cancers. Siempre estaba viendo de que estaba chiquito el huerto de mercado, viendo el horóscopo, y siempre estaba escuchando. Pero nací en Tyler. Mi gente es de Guerrero. Shout out to everybody in Arcelia. Nací Mother Francis. En la mañana, no me recuerdo el tiempo, pero me creí mucho tiempo. Fui a la misma escuela toda mi vida, Chapel Hill, graduated en 2004. Pero era un producto de mi mamá. Mi papá falleció cuando estaba joven. Nomás era yo y ella desde joven por como 10 años. Y luego mi mamá otra vez se casó otra vez y tengo 3 hermanos, 2 hermanos y una hermana. Tengo un hermano que está en el Army. Shout out to Oscar, está en Fort Bliss en El Paso. Y mi hermanito Jorge, está en el Texas National Guard. Los dos. Mi hermana tiene mis sobrinos y sobrinas. Shout out to everybody back in Tyler. Pero desde que me gradué, traté de hacer todo eso de college. Desde la prepa te estaban empujando, you gotta go to college, go to college, y nunca me echó, no estaba en eso, nunca me dio la atención eso. Siempre lo que it was entrepreneurship. Desde que estaba pequeño. I was looking at John D. Rockefeller de Standard Oil porque my background's in oil and gas. Y desde eso, todos los titans de ese tipo de industry, John D. Rockefeller, los DuPonts, esas familias, los Carnegies, todo eso, estaba leyendo de ellos desde que estaba pequeño. Yo era el único niño por 10 años. Y la única cosa que no tenía mucha. Sí tenía tele, pero estaba viendo las caricaturas. Pero lo que me llamó mucho la atención fueron los libros. Y estaba leyendo mucho y desde ahí pensé a crecer mi inteligencia, ponle. And después de high school, after I graduated, I tried my hand at college, like I said, pero it wasn't for me. Y desde ahí tuve hijos joven. I was a young parent, and yo sabía que no quería trabajar para otra persona, el resto de mi vida. Entonces, shout out to my mom. My mom's name is Leonorilda. She put me in Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts. Y desde ahí, todo el camping que hicimos, todos los merit badges, todo eso puso como una semilla en mi mente y por los años creció. Y la pasión de estar haciendo bien creative, cosas así, la fotografía, la videografía. When MySpace rolled around, es cuando pensé a aprender de coding. Podías cambiar tus páginas, no sé si te recuerdas.
Oh, claro.
Tus HTML to HTML5, all my coders out there know what I'm talking about. Y de ahí, nada más, por los años, diferentes trabajos, aceite, como te dije, y tengo una historia, pero es otro día.
Sí.
Y luego, yo en el diciembre de 2012 es cuando pensé a hacer freelancing y consultaciones, cosas así. Y ahí aprendió oro digital, lo creí en julio de 2018. Lo hice un LLC, ya tiene 2 años. Y de ahí ha estado creando mi compañía poco a poquito. Y mira, estoy aquí.
Excelente.
Dreams do come true. Sueños están...
se hacen realidad.
Se hacen realidad. Mi primer email era sueño de la calle. Street Dream. Yo tenía un sueño desde que estaba un niño y quería hacer... Siempre ha estado... mucha gente me dijeron por los años que iba a hacer algo. Porque tengo una inteligencia que Dios que me dio. Y I'm using it for the better, for the good, para crecer, ayudar a mi comunidad, mis amigos, clientes. But I don't really call them clients. I would rather call them partners. Pero
Very good.
from there, it's been an interesting ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about Oro Digital.
Okay.
So you said it started about 2 years ago. What all services does Oro Digital offer?
So Oro Digital or Oro Digital, for the people that don't know, Oro is Spanish for gold. Gold is atomic number 79. It is to people that are in the chemistry world, it's a God element. You can't really destroy it. So gold for me en mi logotipo es 2 pirámides, el de Azteca and the Great Pyramid in Egypt. They were obsessed with technology. They were ahead of their time. Again, different conversation for another day. Pero de ahí agarré mi idea para estar un creativo y un negocio, un businessman. Y pon los dos al mismo tiempo. ¿Por qué como una persona que va a pensar un negocio, por qué con su idea se va a ir como 8 diferentes personas? ¿Por qué mejor nada más con una persona? You're going to save time and money.
Claro.
But in an essence, I'm a multimedia and design agency, una agencia. Y I'm a one-stop shop. Todo lo que tú necesitas para crecer tu negocio, tu idea, tú te sientas conmigo en my team. You do a consultation. Y ponle si tú quieres crear una taquería, tus colores, tu logotipo, your mission statement, your demographic, qué tipo de tacos vas a vender, a dónde lo vas a vender, a qué horas lo vas a vender, el precio, todo eso, the font even, you know what I mean?
Entonces, no solamente es la creatividad, no solamente es lo que viene siendo la mercadotecnia, sino que también haces algo que viene siendo como el market research,
Right.
que es algo muy importante
Sí.
y que no hablamos muy seguido en esta parte. Y I'm going to interrupt you there for a second,
Okay.
because we got to kind of mention in there for market research what it really is and why it's so important, because that's something people should really, really do before they even start the company.
Yes. Entonces, cuando yo pensé en mi negocio, yo pensé hacer Uber y Lyft. Y yo tenía una idea. Yo tenía que conocer tanta gente que haces, de dónde vienes. Entonces ese era mi market research. Yo tenía una idea. Entonces cuando uno piensa, cada persona va a ser diferente. Y si estás en taquerías, si estás en talleres, si estás en una boutique, siempre tienes que saber a quién le vas a vender, cuánto lo vas a vender. Vas a tener que sacar un préstamo, vas a trabajar en tu business credit, tienes que pensar primero en tu personal credit, acuérdense de eso. Todo lo que yo he hecho primero por muchos años era afuera de mi propio billete. I had to pay everything out of pocket, pero if I knew what I knew now, Pero in an
That's the story
essence,
of every entrepreneur.
right. In an essence, market research is sabiendo who your core customer, who you're going to be selling to, why you're going to be selling to them. Cada mes las trends cambian. Tienes que saber hartas cosas.
Claro.
Y si no tienes a alguien al lado de ti que te está ayudando, dando una consulta, you're going to spend a lot of money that you're really not going to want to waste. Y you're going to get frustrated.
See, and there's two ways to do it, right? There's the trial and error, or the getting somebody that's experienced in the
Right.
in the field to help you with it.
Right.
And usually the latter is probably going to be more helpful.
Right. Hay mucha gente que quieren creerse muchos negocios al mismo tiempo. Si tienes una taquería, luego quieres hacer esto, un car wash, esto. Y mucha gente, and there's nothing wrong with that, but there is a way to do it.
Right.
Get one business,
Running right.
run it right, and learn y aprenden. Y luego de esa primera idea, que yo los puedo ayudar a crecer, then you can feed everything else. Porque al último del día, your initial investment, investment no tiene que ser dinero, puede ser tiempo. Puede ser energía mental, puede ser emoción, porque al último del día un negocio es como un baby,
Claro.
es como una mascota. You know, if you don't love your animals, it'll pass away. So
Right.
you have to love your business. Y tienes que hacerlo con esto y esto al mismo tiempo. Pero tiene que seguir esto. This is your heart has to be your mind has to lead your heart in your business, because luego cuando piensas hacer dinero, luego vas a querer comprar cosas que no importan al último del día. You know what I mean? And too many people try to keep up with the Joneses, and I'm here to tell you that will kill your business faster than anything when you start trying to buy things that it's irrelevant. Feed the business. It's hungry. You have to feed it in order to grow properly.
Absolutely. So let's talk about the next thing. You talk about the importance of what your logo means to you. Let's talk a little bit about branding, and
Right.
when a company decides to put a logo out there, what key points should we think about when creating a logo? ¿Qué deberíamos pensar cuando estamos creando un logo para una compañía?
Excuse me. I'm going to respond en dos maneras. Un logo va a ser el DNA de tu negocio. Everywhere you go, that's what people are going to see. So branding and marketing es dos diferentes cosas. You're branding your logo, como para mí voy a usar el mío por un ejemplo. Tengo un rosa en el medio de mi pirámide. I'm from Tyler, Texas.
Right.
Rose capital of America. That's where I want people to know. Pero there's a lot going on in my logo. There's two pyramids that ask questions. So when you see someone's logo, does it have to be synonymous with what you do? Not necessarily, but it has to imply to a degree. Because if, for example, one of my favorite companies in the world, Apple, it's a very simple logo.
Right.
And from the get-go, Steve Jobs he put a lot of importance in this logo. When you see it, you know it's Apple. When you see the golden arches of McDonald's, you know it's McDonald's.
Right.
When you see when we discuss on the phone, I love Chick-fil-A, man. I love those that number 2
Right.
with the waffle fries. Pero you know it's
Same order, by the way.
right. Oh, okay. You know it's Chick-fil-A. So you create.
When you see that check mark.
Yeah, right, exactly. So so that's the branding aspect of it. You know what I mean? You create branding takes time with your logo, but cuando una persona ve que quiere comprar algo y ven el logo y van a decir yo reconozco esa compañía. Yo reconozco porque siempre tienen un buen customer service, tienen un buen producto, tienen muchas vistas en Google, en su website, tienen mucho tráfico. Ellos están haciendo bien. Yo quiero estar aparte de este tipo de marca o ese tipo de brand. The marketing aspect of it es cuando tú agarras tu logo y lo pones ponle in your business card, en tu flyer digital, on your social media. Entonces, ¿qué vas a estar vendiendo? Si estás vendiendo ropa y ahí tienes tu menú de las cosas que vas a vender, ahí vas a ver en la mente de esa persona, not only are you marketing your business through whatever means that you're doing, you're also putting it into people's minds. So you're knocking out marketing and branding at the same time. Pero mucha gente no piensan así. Porque no es que no saben, nada más no tienen la educación.
Claro.
Porque ellos nada más piensan que, ok, voy a hacer un business, un negocio, perdón. Y nada más así no tienen logo, no tienen nada.
Sí. Hay muchas gentes que están disponibles, están listos, quieren salirse de ese 5 to 9 y quieren empezar algo nuevo. Y a veces es bueno
Sí.
el hacerlo, pero toma energía, toma tiempo, toma capital, toma muchísimas cosas. So one of those things you gotta do is sit down and make a detailed list of what it's going to cost you to do this.
Right.
What you're really going to have to sacrifice
Right.
to make this work.
Right.
Right. So we mentioned market research. We mentioned branding. What would you say is the next big topic that people need to know once they get their business started? So we got.
Man, that's a really good question. I'm glad you asked that. Something that's never really talked about is getting your. You don't have to get an LLC, your limited liability corporation. That just an LLC, and in essence, it's just giving you some type of protection to separate you from your business.
Right.
You don't have to necessarily get an LLC. You know, it took me a couple of years before I got to that point. You can get a DBA, doing business as funding. One big thing is funding. How are you going to pay for your expenditures? Do you have a tax person? It's always vital to have a person that does taxes, a tax attorney. If you're at that point that you can afford one, making sure that you have a business plan in order.
Right.
Not just necessarily market research, because market research is part of your business plan. Sabiendo que lo que vas a hacer, teniendo poquito paciencia, pero también eso, tienes que tener paciencia. No vas a ganar millones de dólares el próximo día. You have to be patient and let your business grow little by little. So patience.
Get that cash flow going.
Right. Patience, paciencia, business plan. And in the business plan, they discuss everything that we're discussing, branding, marketing, your funding, and things like that. And then another thing, are you going to need an office space? Are you going to need, what exactly, how are you going to sell your product? What products are you going to sell? You know what I mean? And then, excuse me. And la otra cosa que es muy importante is sales. That goes so underrated. Mucha gente no sabe cómo a vender. Y luego se enojan bien feo y they just want to quit.
Yeah. Mucha gente no sabe cerrar ventas.
Yeah.
You can go out there and try to reach out to people and get that no, and give up.
Right. Y les digo ahorita, I lived in my car for a while to chase my dreams doing Uber and Lyft. I had a place to go, but it was the efficiency. And a lot of people are like, I wouldn't have done that. Well, that's you. You know what I mean? I knew what I needed to do. You know what I mean? I didn't go out. I didn't do anything. I stayed very focused, that's why I was saying that. Tienes que estar bien enfocado en lo que estás haciendo, porque si no, you can't have no distractions. You got to go right by your business plan, and you have to execute and be disciplined and keep with it, porque if you don't, you know what I mean? Like I said, it's like a baby. It's not gonna grow unless you don't feed it properly. Creating the cash flow and being financially literate. That's the other thing that's very, very important. Si no sabes cómo a tener tus cuentas, man, it can get bad really quick. You know what I mean? If you're not financially literate and disciplined. And the last thing is always finding a mentor. Finding a mentor or finding somebody that knows more than you to take you up under their wing, a mentee, or paying somebody for a consultation. I do consultas para ayudarles, because not everybody needs a website. Not everybody needs a logo. They just might need just some direction.
Right. And that's very, very important. Getting the know-how. not only can save you a lot of money, of course, it can cost people money.
Right.
As you say, you can hire somebody, you can get that. But sometimes knowledge is so much more valuable than the dollar price we put on it. Absolutely. So before we go, Carlos, let me ask you, if there's one particular tip you can tell to somebody who's already started their business, already has that LLC going,
right?
Somebody that's been in business, let's say 1 or 2 years, and it's stable. What do you think is their what should be their next step? You got that cash flow going. You're paying your bills month to month. You're making it, but you're not quite where you want to be.
I'll answer this in 2 ways. Networking. Networking is, I don't know, my literal, one of my other little staples that I say, if you don't grind, you don't shine, is if you show me your network, I'll show you your net worth. Who you are around, if you're around other people that know more than you, again, going back to a mentor or just people that are more in line with what you're trying to do, it pays dividends. If you're not learning continuously from other people that more than you, again, you could have the cash flow, you could have the clientele, but how do you expand? How do you grow? And which leads me from networking to scaling. So if you go to a lot of networking events and you start getting a lot more clients, how do you handle it? So you're learning to scale is scaling in sales. Scaling in sales properly is I don't know how much more I would bet my last penny on this, but also learning to delegate, because you can only
do so much.
You can es muy importante que tú no vas a saber todo el último del día, y en nuestra cultura mexicana es muy difícil a preguntar para ayuda.
Sí.
Pero les puedo decir que si no encuentras ayuda, you gotta trust them. Pero that's no topic. Pero delegation, sales, always sales. I keep sales on a grander scale, and networking. That's gonna take your business to another level, especially scaling properly for your business. Because how one other business scales is not gonna be how you do it. You know what I mean? It depends on the industry too. You know what I mean? Because some are a little bit more than others. But I think from a personal brand to a corporate brand or type of industry or business that you're in, it's very important that you learn to delegate what are you not good at. If you're not good at something, delegate it. If you know you're great at closing, stick with it. If you know you're good at networking, stick with it. I'm great at networking. I don't think there's anybody that networks more than me, because I'm everywhere. You know what I mean? But that's just the time that you have to put in and the sacrifice. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Well, Carlos, thank you so much for this information. I hope to have you here again soon.
Yeah, gracias, mano.
And before we go, right this camera.
Okay.
Give us a little 1-minute promo, letting us know, hey guys, I'm Carlos.
Okay.
This is what I do.
What's going on, Shreveport? Shout out to Tyler, Texas, Rose City. I'm out here with Mr. Garcia. I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all tune into this. Y'all can learn a lot. And this is Carlos Leguizamo again from Tyler, Texas. Y'all can go to my website, autodigital.net, and see everything that I got going on. I will raise you to the gold standard in your industry. Soy bilingüe, entonces si tú quieres crecer tu negocio con la gente latina o con otro tipo de gente de otras razas, me pueden mandar un mensaje a 903-283-8124. That's 903-283-8124. I have, there's 4 of us, including 5 of us. So if you don't reach me, you can reach somebody else. I always want to help you grow creatively, effectively, and strategically. Y no importa qué negocio tienen, si tienes una taquería, si estás cortando pasto, si eres una persona que quiere crecer su personal brand, I'm the person to do it. I cover everything from websites to videography. Si quieres crecer tus redes sociales, no importa. I'm here to help you and take you to the gold standard. Gracias. Y gracias a Dios por la oportunidad.
Es un placer de nosotros, Carlos. Muchísimas gracias.
Gracias, mano.
And cut.
318 Latino tiene solo tus mejores gustos. En internet desde Shreveport.